Right, what does £88 get you for a DoubleTree here in Regina, Saskatchewan on my Canadian tour? Well, we are back, as you can see, at a DoubleTree location by Hilton. This one is in the city centre of Regina, the province capital of Saskatchewan in Canada. And I came here because this was the home of one of my favourite bands, the Dead South, and I wanted to see their home city, as well as, some of the places that they filmed their iconic In Hell I'll Be in Good Company music video. So this room was pretty similar in a lot of ways to the one I stayed at in Toronto, because this was the second DoubleTree on this trip. A few minor differences. So obviously we got a more standard room on this rate, and they had this coffee machine. Now, where I had complimentary water in the Toronto location, at this particular one, they were going to charge me $3 for these bottles of water, so I left them. Of course, you got your welcoming cookie. It was exactly the same, very refreshing. And obviously we had some more coffees, because they don't do kettles and tea here so much. It's not the done thing. Going into the shower and bathroom, it was a small but ample space. They had the fancy Crabtree smellies, so they had like a hand wash and lotion, and then obviously we had in the shower the conditioner, shampoo, and body wash rather. Overall, everything ticked all the boxes. I didn't spend as much time in this as I did at the one in Toronto, but nonetheless, it ticked the boxes. It was a central location, and it was a decent price at about, I think it was $86 for one night. And as with most of my stays, I do get air miles, because I try to go into booking.com via one of the airline frequent flyer programs I'm with. So they had some offers in the Wild Sage Kitchen and Bar, which is also where they do the breakfast. I didn't buy breakfast on this one, because at the DoubleTrees you have to pay extra for breakfast a lot of the time. Whereas when you stay at the Hampton, like the one in Hamilton, breakfast is usually free of charge or included in the price of your stay. So that's one knock against this particular hotel. As you can see, the Christmas decks were out in full force. This was filmed early the following morning. The bar was already closed. They were obviously getting ready for the afternoon and evening services. Unlike the location in Toronto, I did notice that at this DoubleTree, they had a little tuck shop in the corner. The Toronto one I stayed at did not have one of these, for example. And the prices were... I didn't think the prices were quite on par with what I saw at the Hampton, for example. But you are able to see there was a pretty similar mix. Ready meals and condiments, soft drinks, including some root beer, which is one of my favourite beverages. And you can also take those little cookie boxes home where you can make your own Hampton by Hilton cookies. There's a little menu there which we'll go zoom in on. You're more than welcome to pause and check the prices. Of course, they're in Canadian dollars. It was a nice hotel, though. They had this event space. This was being used for a wedding or a school ball or something. And in this corner, if you didn't want to spend a lot of money on the food and drink for breakfast, there was this little Starbucks if you wanted to get something on the go. Overall, this hotel was pretty okay. I've got no major complaints about it. Any nitpicking stuff comparing to other locations is just first world problems at the end of the day. So I'm prepared to give it a nice solid rating of 10 out of 15.